Good morning, students. I hope you are all doing good. Let us see what we are going to discuss in today's class. Good morning, students. In previous class, we have completed solutions concept. By that, except P block elements, we have completed all the chapters present in term 1. Except these P block elements, we have completed the term 1 syllabus. So we are remain with this chapter now. In today's class, we are going to start these P block elements. Before going to start these P block elements, let us have a look in the rough diagram of periodic table. This periodic table contains S block left side, P block right side, D block, and under this body we have separately kept with 2 rows, that is called F block. When we see the electronic configuration, the differentiating electron is present in P orbital, P subshell. Then that element belongs to P block. If the differentiating electron is present in S subshell, that is called S block. If the differentiating electron is present in D subshell, that is called D block, and if it is present in F subshell, that is called F block. Like that, in already 11th class periodic classification we have seen. Is it okay, ma? Now, out of this one, P subshell can accommodate maximum 6 electrons. P subshell can accommodate maximum 6 electrons. So P block has 6 groups. P block has 6 groups. Those 6 groups present in P block are 3rd A or 13, 4A or 14, 5A or 15, 6A or 16, 7A or 17. 8th group is also called 0 group. That is 18th one. These are the 6 groups present in P block. In that, 13th group and 14th group were present in 11th class under the heading P block elements. In 11th class also, we have separate chapter P block elements. Okay. Under the chapter P block elements, we have 3rd A group and 4th A group, that is 13th and 14th group, which are called boron family and carbon family. Next, 15, 16, 17, 18. These 4 groups are present in our 12th class P block elements, which we are going to study from today onwards. Okay. So in 12th class P block elements chapter, we have 4 groups. Those are 15, 16, 17, 18. 15th group is called nitrogen family or nicogens. 16th group is called oxygen family are chalcogens. Seventeenth group is called halogens, and 18th group is called inert gases. And 18th group is called inert gases. Okay, ma? So we are going to start now our chapter P block elements, which contains actually totally 6 groups are there. Already I told these 2 groups are present in 11th class. These 2 groups were present in 11th class. So in our current 12th class chapter P block elements, 4 groups are there: 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, those groups elements wise we are going to study in our chapter. So our heading is P block elements. Is it okay, ma'am? So we are going to start our chapter. Straightly I told that in our chapter P block elements, what are the groups present? Those are 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, let us see, ma. Chapter 7, Unit 7, P block elements. Let us start with introduction part. In class 11th, you have learned that the P block elements are placed in group 13 to 18 of the periodic table. Their valence shell electronic configuration is NS2 NP126. Their valence shell electronic configuration is NS2 NP126, except helium, which has 1s2 configuration. The properties of P block elements, like that of others, are greatly influenced by atomic sizes, ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, and electronegativity. These are all properties we have studied in periodic classification, class 11, chapter 3. Okay. The absence of d orbitals in second period and presence of dr, d and f orbitals in heavier elements starting from third period onwards have significant effects on the properties of elements. In addition, the presence of all the 3 types of elements, metals, metalloids and non-metals, bring diversification in chemistry of these elements. This is like introduction part only, ma. Next, having learned the chemistry of elements of groups 13 and 14 of the P block of periodic table in class 11, you will learn the chemistry of the elements of subsequent groups in this unit. That means group 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, immediately we will go through group 15 elements. Group 15 includes nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth and moscovium. This element is not completely discovered, ma. So maximum we will discuss up to bismuth only. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. As we go down the group, there is a shift from non-metallic to metallic through metalloidic character. Nitrogen, phosphorus are non-metals. Arsenic, antimony, metalloids. Bismuth and moscovium are typical metals. Let us see what are the elements present in our 15th group. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, and they gave that moscovium also, but that element is not completely discovered. Okay, let us see. Nitrogen and phosphorus, these two are non-metals. Arsenic and stibbium, antimony, These two are metalloids. Bismuth and next one moscovium are metals. Okay, after seeing this one, we will see what about the occurrence. Occurrence is nothing but from where we can extract these elements, or in what places these elements are present in abundant. Abundance is nothing but more amount. Okay, occurrence where they are present. Molecular nitrogen comprises 78% by volume of the atmosphere. In atmosphere, almost 78% of the volume of atmosphere is contained by nitrogen only. So major part of our atmosphere is contained by nitrogen, N2. Next, in the Earth's crust, it occurs as sodium nitrate. It occurs as sodium nitrate, chili saltpeter, and potassium nitrate, Indian saltpeter, NaNO3, and potassium nitrate, KNO3. Nitrogen is existing in the form of NaNO3 and KNO3 in Earth's crust. In atmosphere, it is present in the form of N2. It is found in the form of proteins in plants and animals. Next, phosphorus. Regarding that nitrogen, it is completed. Phosphorus occurs in minerals. Minerals of the apatite family: Ca9PO4 6 CaX2. Apatite means that is the group of elements, group of compounds which contain particular formula. See, Ca9PO4 6 fluorapatite. Example, CaF2. This is a mixed salt. Both CaF2 and Ca9PO4 are present in one compound only. Which are the main components of phosphate rocks? Phosphorus is existing in the form of these things, combined state. Phosphorus is an essential constituent of animal and plant matter. It is present in bones as well as in living cells. These are all normal English points only. I hope you are understanding. Okay. It is present in bones as well as in living cells. Phosphoproteins are present in milk and eggs. Arsenic, antimony, and bismuth are found mainly as sulfide minerals. The remaining elements are there. Arsenic, antimony, and bismuth are found mainly as sulfide minerals. Means in the form of sulfide compounds they are existed. Moscovium is a synthetic radioactive element. It is not natural. It is not natural one. It is means it is synthesized by human activity. Moscovium is a synthetic radioactive element. Its symbol is Mc. Atomic number is 115. Atomic mass is 289. And electronic configuration is radon 5f14 6d10 7s2 7p3. See, 7s2 7p3. Due to very short half-life and availability in very little amount, its chemistry is yet to be established. That only I told. Its chemistry is not completely known to us, Moscovium. As it is not completely known to us, we will discuss up to bismuth only. Is it okay, ma? Next. Here, except for Moscovium, important atomic and physical properties of other elements of this group, along with their electronic configurations, are given in table 7.1. In this 7.1, they gave the information about total group. Atomic number 7, 15, nitrogen 7, phosphorus 15, arsenic 33, strontium 51, bismuth 83. Atomic masses also they gave, electronic configurations, ionization enthalpies. One is nothing but IE1, energy required to remove the electron from outermost shell of neutral isolated gaseous atom. That is called ionization enthalpy 1, ionization enthalpy 2, ionization enthalpy 3. Every time ionization enthalpy 3 is greater than 2, ionization enthalpy 2 is greater than 1. See, 1012, 1903, 2910 increases. 947, 1798, 2736, 834, 1595, 2443. These values are all not at all important to remember. Just for reference purpose, they gave the tabular column. Electronegativity values: nitrogen 3.0, phosphorus 2.1, arsenic 2.0, strontium 1.9, bismuth 1.9. Top to bottom electronegativity decreases. Covalent radius increases. 70, 110, 121, 141, 148. Like that you can just go through ionic radius, melting point, boiling point. Just this is for reference purpose only, these values. No need to remember them and by heart them. This is up to introduction and occurrence. Next. Trends of some of the atomic, physical and chemical properties of the group are discussed below. Electronic configuration. The valential electronic configuration of these elements is ns2np3. See, nitrogen electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Now we are seeing only outermost shell electronic configuration. See, valence shell is nothing but outermost shell. Outermost shell electronic configuration of nitrogen is 2s2, 2p3. Phosphorus 3s2, 3p3. Arsenic 4s2, 4p3. Antimony 5s2, 5p3. Bismuth 6s2, 6p3. This is the outermost electronic configuration of nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth respectively. Only shell number is getting changed, but that number of electrons present in the outermost shell is same. That is only its group number. 5 plus 10, 15. Its group number you will get. Okay? And here, if you observe, S subshell is completely filled and P subshell is half filled. S subshell is completely filled and P subshell is half filled. That's why general outermost electronic configuration of this group is ns2np3. General outermost electronic configuration of this group is ns2np3. Now see here. The valential electronic configuration of these elements is ns2np3. The s orbital in these elements is completely filled and p orbitals are half filled, making their electronic configuration extra stable. We know that completely filled and half filled configurations are more stable. More stable than other configurations. Already we know that one. If you take P subshell, in that P subshell completely filled configuration is P6 and half filled configuration is P3. These two configurations P6, P3 are more stable than any other configuration P4, P5, P2, P1. Okay, so remember, completely filled and half filled configurations are more stable. Because of this, here S is completely filled and P is half filled. So every element present in this group contains stable configuration. That's why reactivity of these elements will be slightly low, making their electronic configuration extra stable. That is the meaning. This is about electronic configuration. Is it okay, ma? Okay, next one, atomic and ionic radii. In a group from top to bottom, if you see the configurations, outermost configuration here, outermost shell is second shell. Here 3, 4, 5, 6. Shell number is getting increased. When the shell number is getting increased, that means outermost electrons are entering into new shell, then size of the atom also increases. So in a group from top to bottom, atomic size increases. Covalent and ionic in a particular state, radii increase in size down the group. Down the group, nitrogen to bismuth, even if you consider moscovium also, but I told it will not be considered, that's why only. Okay, covalent and ionic radii increase in size down the group. There is a considerable increase in covalent radius from nitrogen to phosphorus. However, from arsenic to bismuth, only a small increase in covalent radius is observed. This is due to the presence of completely filled d or f orbitals in heavier members. Okay, just a small increase only will be happened from arsenic to bismuth. Observe they gave the atomic radius also. See, covalent radius 70, nitrogen 70. They gave in picometers, 70, 110, 121. Increase is there, 141, 148. From here to here, that increase is very less. But anyways, top to bottom, what happened to size of the atom? Increases only. So in that, bismuth is the biggest one and nitrogen is the smallest one in this group. Same like that, ionic radius also, 171, 212, 222, 76, 103. 1 second, what is this C? I will check that one. Okay, observe here, this C is nothing but 76, they gave in power C, that means we have to observe, that C under this one. See here, they have E 3 plus. Even 103 C also is nothing but 3 plus. Meaning of the 3 plus, this is the size of SB plus 3. This is the size of Bi plus 3. This is the size of SB plus 3. This is the size of Bi plus 3. And these are the sizes of plus 2. Is it okay, B meaning minus 3 here. Just 1 second. Okay, I will write here, not plus 2, minus 3. N minus 3 size is equal to 171 picometers. P minus 3 is equal to 212 picometers. AS minus 3 is equal to 222 picometers. These are all non-metals, they will be stable in negative oxidation states only. Okay, next. Stibbium plus 3 is equal to 76 picometers. Bismuth plus 3 is equal to 103 picometers. These are the ionic radii of nitrogen N-3, phosphorus -3, arsenic also -3. Why did we consider -3 here? See, observe. B they gave here. B is nothing but -3. C is nothing but plus 3. Okay. Every time remember one point, anion is bigger than, I am writing size atomic size, that is ionic size or anyway size here. Anion is bigger than neutral atom. Neutral atom is bigger than cation. Anion is bigger than neutral atom. Neutral atom is bigger than cation. Even when number of the anion increases, charge present on anion increases, size also increases. For example, n minus 3 is greater than O minus 2. Size wise I am telling here, greater than F minus is greater than neutral atom is greater than Na plus is greater than Mg plus 2 is greater than Al plus 3. When charge present on negative anion increases, size also increases. So n minus 3, this one has higher charge, minus 3 charge so it is bigger. Next to O minus 2, next F minus, next neon. Here when cation charge is increased, its size decreases. So smaller cation charge will be bigger. Smaller cation charge will be bigger in size. Na plus is bigger than Mg plus 2. Mg plus 2 is bigger than Al plus 3. That's why this difficulty is there, this difference is there. N minus 3 171, P minus 3 212, As minus 3 222. These are all okay. Same minus 3 charge is there, so top to bottom increases. But Sb plus 3, it is cation, so cation size is every time smaller than anion, so 76. Ba plus 3 is bigger than Sb plus 3, so it is 103 picometers. This is about atomic and ionic radius, ionic radii. Next, ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy decreases down the group, because down the group what happened to size of the atom increases. When the size of the atom increases, we can remove the electron present in bigger one easily by giving less amount of energy. That energy is called ionization energy. The energy required to remove the electron from the minimum amount of energy required to remove the electron from neutral isolated gaseous atom is called ionization enthalpy. The minimum amount of energy required to remove the electron from neutral isolated gaseous atom is called ionization enthalpy. Okay, so top to bottom, what happened to size of the atom increases. When size of the atom increases, attraction decreases between nucleus and outermost shell. We can remove the electron easily and less ionization energy is required. So top to bottom, what happened to ionization energy decreases. Ionization enthalpy decreases down the group due to gradual increase in atomic size. Because of the extra stable half-filled p orbitals, electronic configuration at smaller size, the ionization enthalpy of the group 15 elements is much greater than that of group 14 elements. Now they are comparing with group 14. Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Ionization enthalpy of carbon is less than nitrogen, less than germanium is less than arsenic, tin is less than strontium, lead is less than bismuth. Because of the extra stable half-filled p orbitals, electronic configuration at smaller size, the ionization enthalpy of the group 15 elements is much greater than that of group 14 elements in the corresponding period. The order of successive ionization enthalpies as expected is delta H1 is less than, delta H2 is less than, delta H3. This is every time maintained like that only. IE1 is less than, IE2 is less than IE3. they have written in the form of delta HI. See, delta HI1 is nothing but ionization enthalpy 1. Delta IH2 ionization enthalpy 2. Delta IH3 means ionization enthalpy 3. Every time we have to see that ionization enthalpy 1 is less than, ionization enthalpy 2 is less than ionization enthalpy 3. Is it okay, ma? This is about ionization enthalpy. Next, electronegativity. Top to bottom, what happened to size? Increases. Before that, what is meant by electronegativity? The ability of an atom to pull the bond pair of electrons towards itself in a bond is called electronegativity. The tendency of an atom to pull the bond pair of electrons towards itself is called electronegativity. Top to bottom in a group, what happened to size of the atom? Increases. When the size of the atom increases, distance between nucleus and outermost bond pair of electrons increases. So this nucleus cannot attract the bond pair of electrons easily. So it cannot pull the electrons easily. So top to bottom, what happened to electronegativity? Electronegativity decreases. That's why in this group, nitrogen is the highest electronegative atom. That's why in this group, nitrogen is the highest electronegative atom. See, the electronegativity value in general decreases down the group with increasing atomic size. However, amongst the heavier elements, the difference is not that much pronounced. That means between the heavier elements, lower elements are called heavier elements generally. Between them, electronegativity difference is not that much highly present. Okay, this is about electronegativity. Next, we can enter into physical properties. All the elements of this group are polyatomic. They contain more than 2 atoms in their molecule except nitrogen. Nitrogen is diatomic, ma. That's when they are going to tell this one. All the elements of this group are polyatomic. Dinitrogen is a diatomic gas, while all others are solids. Metallic character increases down the group. Already we have seen that these are non-metals. Nitrogen, phosphorus are non-metals. Arsenic, antimony are metalloids. Bismuth is metal. Even moscovium is also metal. Top to bottom, what happened to metallic character? Metallic character increases down the group. Nitrogen and phosphorus are non-metals. Arsenic and antimony metalloids, and bismuth is a metal. This is due to decrease in ionization enthalpy and increase in atomic size. When ionization enthalpy is decreased, they can lose the electrons easily. That's why metallic character increases. This is due to decrease in ionization enthalpy and increase in atomic size. The boiling points in general increase from top to bottom in the group, but the melting point increases up to arsenic and then decreases up to bismuth. Except nitrogen, all the elements show allotropy. What is meant by allotropy? The property of the element which contains more than one form, which is existed in the form of more than one form, contains same atoms but difference in arrangement of atoms. Example, you have carbon, graphite. Carbon is existed in the form of different allotropic forms. Graphite, diamond, Buckminster Fullerenes. In diamond and graphite and Buckminster Fullerenes, you have atoms of carbon only, but they are differed in arrangement of atoms. Is it correct, ma? Like that, it is getting differed. That property is called allotropy, and those forms are called allotropic forms. Phosphorus has 2 allotropic forms, white phosphorus and red phosphorus. But except nitrogen, all the elements show allotropy. That is the point they give. Is it okay, ma'am? So up to here we have completed with physical properties. Next we have to enter into chemical properties. I hope you are clear, ma. Started with introduction, group 15 elements, occurrence, electronic configuration, atomic radii, ionization enthalpy, electronegativity, physical properties we have completed. Next we can enter into chemical properties. Okay, ma? Under chemical properties we have oxidation states and trends in chemical properties, chemical reactivity. Oxidation states and trends in chemical reactivity. That one we are going to see now. Let us see, all of you. What is meant by oxidation state? That is nothing but valency only. The combining capacity of an element is called valency. It is like oxidation state only. Okay. Some elements they will lose the electrons to combine with others. Some elements they will gain the electrons to combine with others. Like that, they will show different types of valencies, negative, positive valencies, like that. Okay. Those numbers which are present on those elements when they are combining with others is called oxidation state. Common oxidation states of these elements are -3, +3 and +5. These are the common oxidation states shown by fifth group elements, that is 15th group elements. -3, +3, +5. The tendency to exhibit -3 oxidation state decreases down the group due to increase in size and metallic character. Observe the tendency to exhibit -3 oxidation state. To exhibit the -3 oxidation state, they have to gain electrons. To exhibit the -3 oxidation state, they have to gain the electrons. But top to bottom, what happened to size? Increases. When size increases, they can lose the electron easily. That means ionization energy decreases and the element is tending to lose the electron easily instead of gaining. That's why top elements are non-metals, next metalloids, after that non-metals, metalloids and metals. When we are considering that lower elements as metals, they cannot gain the electron, they will lose the electron. If they lose electron, they will show plus oxidation state. When an element loses the electron, they will show plus oxidation state. When an electron gains the electron, it will show minus oxidation state. So top two elements, they want to gain the electron, that's why they will show minus oxidation state. But lower elements, they want to lose the electron, that's why they will show plus oxidation state. See, that's why stability of minus oxidation state decreases down the group. Tendency to exhibit -3 oxidation state decreases down the group due to increase in size and metallic character. When size is increased, automatically metallic character also increases. In fact, last member of the group, bismuth, hardly forms any compounds in -3 oxidation state. That means it cannot form -3 oxidation state element compounds. The stability of +5 oxidation state decreases down the group. The only well characterized bismuth 5 compound is BiF5. Stability of +5 oxidation state decreases and that of +3 state increases due to inert pair effect down the group. Once again, the stability of +5 oxidation state decreases and that of +3 state increases due to inert pair effect. Now before that one, higher starting elements nitrogen and phosphorus, they will show -3 oxidation state. Okay, next bismuth will show plus oxygen state, that is okay. See, bismuth will show plus oxygen state. In that there is a chance of bismuth to show plus 5 also. Coming to stibbium, that means antimony and bismuth, they can show plus 5 also. But among antimony and bismuth, which can show plus 5 oxygen state easily? Stibbium. Bismuth is not existed in the form of plus 5 easily when compared to stibbium. That point I will say why it is happening, because top to bottom plus 5 oxidation state tendency, the tendency to show plus 5 oxidation state decreases. I will write the point here. The tendency to show plus 5 oxidation state decreases down the group, and tendency to show plus 3 oxidation state means higher oxygen state stability decreases, lower oxygen state stability increases. Plus 3 oxidation state increases down the group because of inert pair effect. What is that, ma? Because of inert pair effect. That inert pair effect, what is meant by that inert pair effect, I will say. After that we will move to next point. Before that one, what is this point? Observe carefully. Every time, this is very important point, ma. In every group we will get this point definitely. In a group from top to bottom, tendency to show higher oxygen state decreases. At the same time, tendency to show lower oxygen state increases. Tendency to show lower oxygen state increases. Tendency to show higher oxygen state decreases. That is because of the effect called inert pair effect. So clearly here itself I am going to explain the definition of inert pair effect and what is that effect, how it is going to affect the stability of higher oxygen state down the group. Everything clearly I will explain here. Same thing will be applied in group 16, 17, 18 also. 16, 17 only, not 18 ma, because 18 group elements, they will not undergo any reactions. Is it okay? So our next side heading is inert pair effect. Okay ma. Inert pair effect we will discuss in next class. What is that inert pair effect and how it is going to affect the stability of higher oxygen state down the group. All these things we will discuss in next class. I hope in today's class whatever the things we have discussed you are clear only. Okay, in today's class we have started with the introduction part, periodic table, what are those P block elements, and what about those P block elements we have started. In this topic, what are the concepts we are going to study, everything I have written ma. After that started with the group 15, elements, occurrence, remaining properties and physical properties we have seen. Under chemical properties we are here to see what is meant by inert pair effect. Tendency to show plus 5 oxygen state decreases down the group, and then tendency to show plus 3 oxygen state increases down the group because of inert pair effect, like that I told. Okay, in next class I will define what is this inert pair effect and we will continue the topic ma. I hope you are clear. If you have any doubts you can ask me anytime, no problem. Okay, thank you all, have a nice day.